Good morning and welcome to the Dumpster Fire 4.0, part of AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. I am Josh, and this is it, folks. This is the semester finale of the Dumpster Fire 4.0. But first of all, before I go ahead and get into the show here, I'd first like to apologize to every single person, no matter where you are, that has been listening to this show. The way that this show is going to begin and the way that this show is going to go is not what I originally had intended here for y'all. You all know this show is meant to be an escape. This show is meant to be entertainment. We are supposed to laugh, to have fun, to crack up, to forget about the madness of the world for a little bit and listen to our hijinks, not just my own hijinks, but the hijinks of all the guests that I bring on to this show. The original plan for this show, I was going to bring in guests. I was going to have Janice. I was going to have Noah. I was going to invite Riley, V, the whole cornucopia of guests that I've had on this show. And we were going to get up to our usuals, our shenanigans, our laughs, maybe try some funny food, maybe try some funny drinks. But as of this past weekend, all of that had to change. Thanks to some, quite honestly, absurd ruling by campus security, I cannot have anyone who is not a radio student in the station with me this last week of the semester. Why? This makes no sense. The guests that I have brought in here, I have trusted. They are friends of mine. So not only did this blow up everything in my face, but this also goes against how many of us that are actual radio students in this school got started. Two of my closest friends, fellow radio students, shout out to them both, Dax, Keon. Do you know how they got started? Dax was a guest of myself and the original V, because now there's two Vs. Dax was an original guest on the original incarnation of the Dumpster Fire. Dax liked it so much, they signed up and became a radio student. We co-hosted an entire semester and a half of the Dumpster Fire together, and it was incredible. Keon is a friend of Dax. Same scenario. Keon came in as a guest, liked it so much, they signed up for radio classes and they became radio students. There aren't very many of us, I'm not going to lie. Right now, our schedules don't interlap, so it's just me tonight. But we will still have an entertaining show here for you all. Hi, security, how you doing? This goes against everything that was planned. How I started on this show was exactly the way that Dax and Keon did. I was invited as a guest of another radio student. I was told to bring stuff in for a show that they were doing, to bring drinks, to bring snacks. I thought, okay. Then they were talking about a Nuggets game, the students who were on at that time. They asked me what I thought of it. I happened to watch that game the night before. I knew what I was talking about. And then I realized, you know what? I can do this. I already had the idea of being a radio host for some time, but that was really the thing that got me through it. Somebody inviting me in and saying, hey, do you want to do this? Maybe go on air and talk about it. So this whole new directive of only having radio students, that goes against the whole thing. That goes against the grain, really. Having guests helps us balance out our interview skills. Having guests gives us somebody to play off of, especially if it's somebody that we know we can feel more comfortable, especially starting out and saying, hey, my buddy's in there with me. I can talk with my friend all day. We just have to do it on air in front of a microphone. Really, this machine is working against us, and it's worked against me since day one. I had to fight like hell to get here. I had to go against myself to get into this program, to say, you know what, I'm going to take a leap on myself. My job didn't want to give me the time. I made them. People didn't believe in me, and some of them still don't, but I don't really care about them. I'm still here. The things that I have done to help this program. I've been here summer semester, fall semester. You can look it up. I'm here. I've brought guests in. I've created great content. I've helped run the Media Production Club. The things that I have done for this school. I've already made it to the top of the mountain twice. I've already graduated twice, and I'm going for that third one. I'm getting all the radio programs that are here. This is my home. My heart is in this station. I've gone to BEA for this school. I've gotten to make myself known, to intermingle, and not just that, spread the Ames name to some of the top bigwigs in this industry, not just radio, entertainment, production. They know our school's name. We've been out there. There are plaques that I'm currently looking at outside, right, hanging on the window of this radio station. BEA plaques. We have won awards. People who came before me won awards. I am submitting things this year to BEA because those plaques are starting to look a little bit lonely. There's been a lot I've wanted to get off my chest about this. The amount of people that don't know that we have a radio program or even a communication media department. Why isn't this promoted? We have state-of-the-art equipment. We have top-notch instructors here. Even then, with some of the marketing, and we do get some, I'm not lost on that. Just this past weekend, I went to the theater. They showed a lovely Ames ad. I love the production values. They even gave us a shout out. But I noticed the one little thing, and I promise you, this is not sour grapes. I know the person in this commercial. Shout out to my boy Quinn. He taught me a lot when he was here. That's the thing. He was here. He graduated. He's not here. Why don't we have a current radio student on those promotions? It doesn't even have to be me, but at least somebody who's still enrolled here in classes. Why isn't this happening? We have some of the best instructors around. We have top-notch equipment. Literally, I'm looking right across the window right now of the station. I'm looking into the recording studios that we have back here, looking at that television studio. Some of that equipment, almost brand new, if not maybe just a year or so old, some of that equipment in there. It's worth more than I'm worth. I can tell you that much. The point is, and I promise you all, I still have a great entertaining show here for you all. I just had to get all of this off of my chest. Next semester, I'm not asking, I'm demanding. There has to be some kind of compromise to this. Fill out a waiver. If you're so worried about somebody damaging the equipment, have guests fill out a waiver, for crying out loud. And yes, normally I'm not this fired up about things like this, but this directly affects my show. The things that I do here to help people laugh, to help people enjoy themselves here. Not only that, the people that do listen to this show, I pride myself on creating the best show possible, regardless of whether it's one person listening or a million. They were expecting an entertaining show tonight. They were expecting to be more than just me, but thanks to this stupid ruling, I'm allowed to say it. I'm not threatening anybody. I'm allowed to voice my opinions, and I'm voicing it. I think that this is stupid. I am asking for there to be a change here. I am demanding that there is a change here. If you're so worried about somebody coming in, fill out a waiver. Good Lord, not like we have to fill those out every day for everything else. And to everybody who has supported this show so far and continues to support this show in the future, I thank you all. I promise you, and they say, I get it. Josh, you have to adapt. Not everything can go your way sometimes. I get it. It's never gone my way my entire life. But now you're not just messing with what I do. Now you're messing with what people were expecting. You, by implementing this policy, you are potentially shutting the door on other students that may take an interest in this program and say, hey, I want to sign up. I want to learn how to do stuff on the radio. I want to learn how to run a board. Just 3 weeks ago, myself and Rex, shout out to Rex, by the way, we were here doing a recruitment event for high school students. Oh, they loved promoting it then. We literally had a professional photographer taking pictures and putting it on Ames Insta, being like, look at these students learning, look at these high school students learning about what they can do at Ames. Shocker when they find out that students who are enrolled in Ames, who pay thousands of dollars, who may not be in the radio program, can't even come in as a guest if they have a friend who's a radio student. How does that look? I'm just saying we need to take a good look in the mirror, and that policy, adapt it, add a waiver, I don't care. But this policy goes against trying to build this program, and that I'm not going to stand for. And I've staked my claim, and I have made it clear, and I promise you all, I have a great show here for you tonight. A lot has happened this week, and we are going to bring back the good energy, the good vibes, the happiness, the joy, just the unbridled, uncaged madness that is this dumpster fire. It will still end great. We will still have fun, but I do thank you all for listening, and I had to get that off my chest. This is Ames Student Radio, the way radio should be. When I'm back, we will have a weather update and more music, as well as talking about one of the most hyped trailers in gaming history. Enjoy.